So if you're Gen X and you want to start a fashion business in 2025, 26, then you should listen to this video. I've got Kate Deer here, and she's the founder of Suncheater. So yeah, tell us a little bit about why you started this business.
Oh, that's a very good question, actually. There's a number of reasons. I've got a background in fashion, and I've worked for a very long time in fashion. So I kind of feel like it's part of my roots. I love fabric. I love making sure that garments fit women, and I love helping women. So I guess there's a history. I'm older. I've gone through that whole change of life, and as you age, you have your kids, menopause, your body changes, and I've found, for me, my body has changed in a way that I find quite complicated now to throw a pair of bathers on. And you absolutely are quite aware of how your body looks when you say, oh my God, summer's coming, here we go. I've got to now get a pair of bathers that fit, and one that I, don't have to pull everything out of my bum when I walk down the beach. I can't stand that. So I'm living by experience to develop product for women who it can give them confidence to get back to the beach, to have a full life and actually be unconcerned about their body, just really comfortable. That's the idea, to make sure that swimwear can be comfortable for women to get them back to the beach. I've also just retired from full-time work. I had this as a side gig that was a little business I did on the side with my partner, and it's a chance to have a real go at it. Sometimes I think, why did I do this right now? But that's where we are.
It shouldn't restrict you from joining in, from participating, from making memories with your kids and your grandkids.
That's right.
You don't want to be that person who misses out, or who the grandkids don't remember that you are with them on the beach.
Absolutely. And look, we've done some research, and we were astounded to find out that there's two bits of data. One is the average size of the Australian woman is size 16 and up. Much, much bigger percentage of women are that size. The other thing is 30% of women will say, I won't go to the beach because I actually feel really uncomfortable in a bather bottom or showing too much at the top, or my tummy, particularly the tummy zone, is a really big thing as you get older.
And that's so sad. Kids remember the beach so much, and that's their fondest memories.
Totally.
Because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's not fair that they just remember it with their dads or their granddads and not with,
their mums and grandmas. Yeah, absolutely. And look, if you can get a pair of bathers that doesn't go up your bum, and it gives your tummy a bit of cover, so when you sit you don't have the rolls that you can see, they're just softened. That makes a world of difference. You're more likely to sit by the beach with your grandchild or your child and play. You're more likely to run, to walk.
Get in the photos as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
The kids don't care what you look like. They just want photos of you or memories.
They want you. That's exactly right. Yeah, and this is a chance to really live your life fully. If you choose no, then you don't live your life fully, and it's sad.
I've got girlfriends who don't want to go to the Peninsula Springs because they don't want to be seen in their bathers.
Yeah.
And that's such a bonding exercise for women.
Yeah, totally. We had a lovely review from a customer, actually. She wrote to us and said, oh, I'm so glad I found your product, because my husband's work decided to have their Christmas party at Waterworld. And she was like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? And she was completely freaking out. And then she found Suncheeter. So she got in touch with us and said, I was so comfortable. I had my swim shorts on and my rash top. Not only was I protected from the sun, but I just felt great. And she absolutely was beside herself.
The other thing is, there are some cultures that want to cover up, especially coming from an Asian background. You're not growing up with bikinis.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
very
so
true.
that covers that area too. Like, it would be nice to have a pair of shorts or a bather dress, just a little bit more coverage.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the benefit of all that is it also sun protects you, and in Australia that's what you need. But it's absolutely true. I think it's not only as you get older that you feel like you just want a bit more coverage. Some younger people also feel that, and we sell product to
religions.
Yeah,
you can't show your arms.
Absolutely.
So that's a really good option for them.
The long sleeve is great in that way.
Yeah.
And go to the beach stylishly too.
Yes.
Like, you buy a beautiful pair of bathers and you think, oh, this looks gorgeous when you're younger and your body's a little bit smaller than it used to be, but you don't really want to resort to having to either wear a men's rashie, which are really unflattering, or something that's enormous, like a huge sack tent that you're wearing. So I always talk about the sausage skin and the sack. So you don't want to be a sausage skin where you've got something that's super tight over your body, or you've got everything on show. And you also don't want to wear a tent where you're just basically sitting under a caftan
Yeah.
on the beach or under your towel. So our product is designed really, really well to make sure that it fits the parts of the body that don't change so much with age. So this part under your bust is actually quite a small part on your body. It's down from there that you can have a bit of softening magic going on,
Oh, definitely.
which is good.
I mean, I reckon, Jane Austen got it right, because her
Oh.
princess dresses are all high cut.
Absolutely, it's the perfect shape.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me the moment that Suncheater started.
It was actually 2012. I used to live in WA. My husband's from WA, and it's as hot as anything over there when you're on the beach. I was on the beach. My husband's a photographer. He was off some headland photographing something, and I'm sitting there. My kids are in the water, and I'm thinking, my back is burning. I could feel it, and no matter what I tried to do with the sun cream, I could not get it into the middle of my back. So I ended up having to sit with like a towel over my shoulders, roasting hot. And I thought that was that light bulb moment where I thought, if you had something you could just throw on that stopped, you didn't need sun cream, and it stopped you burning, that would be amazing. So it started with sun protection, but it very quickly, I think as I got older, it's very quickly morphed into also stylish cover-up. So you can be you can have beautiful garments on, feel comfortable, feel confident, and be protected from the sun. So that's kind of a lesser thing, but it's still there. It's still a benefit.
Let's talk about like sort of slow fashion and sustainability. Is that something that is important to your brand?
Yeah, definitely. For two reasons. One, the fabrics we use are recycled fabrics, or the yarn is made out of recycled bottles and recycled fishing nets called ghost nets. So we use fabric that reclaims all of that material and repurposes it into this beautiful, silky, soft feeling product that we can buy the fabric. We obviously don't do that, but that's the fabric we source and we choose to use. On top of that, our product actually is built to last really well. So it's chlorine resistant, saltwater resistant. I actually wear the same one that I started wearing 12 years ago,
Wow.
which is unheard of in a sort of cotton lycra, sort of nylon lycra kind of feel, or nylon spandex world. The other thing we do, as well as having good quality, is we make sure, and of course our product doesn't stretch, doesn't do all that sort of thing, but our styles are quite classic. So we carry a lot of classic colours like black and navy, because there's a lot of women that will love the pink one but choose the black one or the navy one because it's just classic, easy to wear. So we do a lot of repeats on our classic colours. We add prints and vibrant colours to sort of spice it all up a bit, but it is black and navy that sell a lot, and they're beautiful classic shapes. They're not fashion, they're stylish classics. They last season after season in terms of style.
So let's talk about you as a business owner. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yes.
So what's your biggest struggle?
So I come from a product development and marketing background, and I know how to do all of that side of it. The product development, is relatively easy. It's about relationships. It's about understanding how things fit, understanding fabrics, all that sort of thing. It's about building slowly and well. My husband and I both understand marketing, but we tend to understand it in a more traditional way. And the whole new world of social and digital marketing is quite mind-boggling. So that's probably our biggest pain point. There's always things that frustrate you with the platforms like Shopify can do your head in sometimes when you can't get something to work properly, but you can usually work through it, and you can usually work it out, and you can usually also ask for help through the Shopify people. So there's a lot to do in the digital space, and the relentlessness of being in front of the camera and posting. I know Vic talks about this a lot, how important it is, and I totally get it. It's really hard to do.
Well, I mean, you don't sign up as a business owner to be a content creator, but you just have to end up doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have to be the face of your business, because people buy from who they know, like, and trust.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that's so true. It is about the trust, but it's about how do you do it. How do you make it cut through?
Yes. From
the mass of like at the moment, Black Friday is just it just dominates. It sucks all the energy out of the work, of the market. So it's very hard to be heard.
Oh, it's so competitive.
Yeah,
like it's a
so
busy platform. It's a busy space.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up for the future?
Well, that's a good question. We have expanded our product range. We've got more product that we're selling now. So we've got leggings in 4 different lengths, which are fantastic if you want to cover your legs a little bit, have a bit more coverage around your bum, and also they give you thigh chafe protection if you're walking on the beach.
Absolutely.
So there's probably some product extensions around those. It's kind of building on our existing lines, and you know, we'd love to do, for example, a swimsuit. We'd love to do a swim dress that has a built-in bra. There's a few things that are quite technical that we need to work out how we're going to do, which is a matter of working with our suppliers and our manufacturers. And I've got a fantastic pattern cutter who I've known, who was in the rag trade in the 80s as well. She's just a legend, and I work very closely with her. She's in Australia, and I work very closely with her on the fit of the garments. I'm actually the fit model. Can't believe it. But it is kind of convenient when you are the fit model, because when anything comes, you can just try it on, and you know you're pretty consistent with size, so you can. It's very easy to say this feels weird or this feels great. So yeah, so the future is probably, you know, it'd be great to explore some other ways. Maybe wholesale might be an interesting option. We have sold to a cruise line before a couple of times, which is great. We'd love to get into the cruise business where they have online shops, and you can have our product in the shops, it was really great for the couple of years we did it. That worked really beautifully. I'd love to get back into that. But again, one of the other problems with the small businesses is there's only 2 of us.
Yes.
So trying to get everything done and have a life, sometimes everything gets done. Yeah. But you don't have the life. So there's a bit of balance there that we're still trying to work out.
Yeah, totally.
I bet you
totally
can get that.
Yeah, totally understand that for sure. What about the bigger picture? You were talking about wanting to clean up the beach and...
Yes. So we are very small at the moment still, but we would love if we could give back. And there is an organisation I've been in touch with, which is Take 3 for the Sea. Which is a really lovely idea where, you know, obviously we can financially contribute to them when we're a little bit bigger, but also it means you can get involved with things like taking 3 bits of plastic off the beach. Love to do that. I've also done some work with, I've had a little bit to do with fitted for work, and I've also run workshops for women about how to dress for your shape. So I'd love to do something that is another give back thing to organisations like that, where you're basically helping women, I mean, particularly getting back into the workforce. I think that's
empowering women, making them feel more confident.
Absolutely. In one way or another, I think that would be great. I mean, I've done a lot of work. I've worked in corporate for a long, long time. Worked in philanthropy, so I've got other skills I can offer as well. So, just be great to empower women and support women's causes to. Help women to, you know, get ahead, really, make a difference in their life.
And body positivity.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, there's lots of plans.
Lots there too.
Just one step at a time at this point.
How long do you take to design some of the new designs?
That's a good question. Yeah, so to designing products, you know, I've trained as a designer. I did textile design a very long time ago, and the thing about being a designer is that you don't always have the answer like that. Sometimes you have to mull it over, and we were talking about this the other day, my husband and I and my kids, who are both in creative industries. Sometimes it actually takes walking away from the computer or the laptop or whatever you're trying to do the work on, and actually go for a walk, have a sleep, have a shower. It might take a week or 2 to kind of mull it over in your brain, and even when you're asleep, your body and your brain is still working through what's this going to look like. You know, I've got this thing at the moment. I'm trying to work out how I can do Christmas gift bundles, which make it easy for people to buy gifts for their mother or grandmother, that are fully coordinated, you know, easy to buy packages. But how do you get that together is my current problem. So it's kind of how do I design a product that's a bundle?
Yeah. But you've got accessories too, like you're talking about your beach bag?
Yeah, we've got a fantastic beach bag, which is hilarious. It's a really big bag, so not only does it fit 2 big beach towels and everything else you need for the beach, it's got soft, comfortable handles, so it's comfortable to carry, but it's also got a mesh bottom, so when you're on the beach, and I don't know about you, I can't stand it when you get home take everything out of your beach bag and suddenly the laundry floor is covered in sand.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's a frustrating. You then sweep it all up because it's grinding into the ground. But this bag you can just shake before you leave the beach and the sand comes out, which is great. So it's a bit of fun, and it's a fun colour, and it's bright and beautiful.
Are you going to move into more accessories like towels, umbrellas?
Yeah, I think ultimately I would love to do some product that is not necessarily the performance fabrics that we use, but more beautiful cottons. I'd love to do beautiful cotton dresses, sarongs, hats, all those things. So it's almost like a lifestyle of what you wear to the beach if you want to be comfortable and confident, rather than where we are now, which is quite narrow. But there is some benefit in being quite narrow when you're small, because otherwise you spread yourself too thin and it's just too hard to keep across it all. So so we're fairly narrow at the moment, but the plan is ultimately would be great to get into some wovens, beautiful prints and that sort of thing.
Yeah, wow, fantastic.
We'll see.
Lots to do. Hey, final advice you have for someone who wants to start their own business, especially for like someone older like us, Gen X?
Yeah. Look, I think it's very easy to get carried away. You've got to have a beautiful product, and you've got to understand the need for that product in the market. You can't just say, I want to make a widget and hope someone wants it, because you probably won't be able to sell enough. So you've got to have a beautiful product, you've got to have a brand, but don't spend too long on the branding and all that. Like, get out there and see if your customer base is there. I think it's so easy to get carried away at the beginning. I mean, we did it at the beginning of our business. We paid consultants for things, but the reality is if your customer isn't there, don't waste too much money to find that out. Just get out there and sell.
Yeah, well, if you can't sell the product, you don't have a business.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. It's like, as my glorious sister says, who's a character. She's a character called Gertrude Wellies. She says, yes, well, you've got an advanced hobby at that point, which is exactly what it is. You haven't got a business. You've got an advanced hobby if you can't sell anything.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Let's wrap it up there.
Thank you. It's lovely to speak to you. Thank you very much.